Google Play Developer Account Header Image. This is just a small tip. You should also invest some time and effort in designing your developer header image. To switch it, you simply go to the Google Play console and click on Developer Page on the side menu. Users can easily see it as they scroll down in one of your app listing, or by clicking on your developer profile. It looks much more professional to have a nicely designed, clean and clear cover picture to promote your brand over time. It is also recommended to take a designer to do it for you. Good luck! The power of localization and how to utilize it. There are so many countries in the world. Around 193 actually. There are roughly 6,500 spoken languages in the world, but only hundreds of them are the most prominent ones. With this taken into consideration, we also have different cultures which have different social behaviors. So how does all of the above can affect your app? The users see a familiar language, which makes it easier for them to empathize with your app. Ease of use. The users know that if the app is in their local language, they will have an easier time using the app. Once you translate relevant keywords to your app in other languages, you will rank better for them in the search results. When your app seems to be easy to use and uses a more familiar language both in the store listing and inside the app, you will get more download conversions for a localized country, and people will use it more for longer times. Even if the people of a specific region know English pretty well, it doesn't guarantee they won't feel more connected to their mother tongue. For example, Dutch people usually have great English skills. You will still be better off translating to Dutch if you want them to connect better with your app. French people usually have poor English skills, therefore you would like to provide French localization if you want them to use it at all. There are levels of app localization. Level 1. The first and most basic and important is to translate the title, subtitle and description. Keep in mind you need to include translated ASO keywords as discussed in other ASO chapters in this course. It is perfectly okay to first publish the app with Level 1 localization and later on moving to Level 2. Level 2. In-app translation. Localize the in-app texts including in-app purchase offers. Level 3. Localized and A/B test the screenshots if they contain any labels or text. A/B test with localized feature images. If a language is popular, it might be worthwhile to localize the video as well. If the app contains voice commentary, localize it as well. Cultural adaptation. There might be cultural elements that are worth testing which are beyond words. For example, in Sandra we display a Santa hat that is being washed with a wave to the beach. However, not all the cultures who use the app celebrate Christmas. You can also have a model who looks different than a fitness app screenshot. You might discover that a black model works better in African countries and an Asian one in Asia comparing to a white one. Or you might discover Asians actually prefer a white model since they do use a lot of whitening cream and avoid the sun, so their skin will look more fair. These of course are things you need to test and optimize using the store A/B testing. If we're already talking about skin color and models, sometimes the best solution is to stay neutral and use a character of some sort which will have a generic non-human color such as blue. Like The Simpsons. How do we translate? You can use services such as 1 Hour Translation, which I personally used and liked because of its direct approach. There's a variety of services and also service platforms such as Fiverr or translation agencies which will take care of all of the translations altogether. The more words you translate, the more money you pay. If you're serious about your app, don't simply use Google Translate. Pay to translate the languages your users are coming from so they will be happy in content. If you are not going to translate right away due to budget problems, then I recommend you do use Google Translate and copy translations to the different localized descriptions in order to start competing for keywords in different languages and getting better intel about keyword positions you need to improve in the professional translation. Now you're probably asking, Can't the translator that I'm paying to simply drag it himself to Google Translate and I will never know about it? Yes, he can. And so should you. After you get the result, you can just drag it yourself to Google Translate and compare it to the Google Translation result to see if it matches or not. Usually a real human translation should not look like a Google Translate result. If you really want to be sure, pay another translator to proofread it. He would go through the translation and make sure the translation and phrasing is in order.